Modded. Hi guys, welcome back. Andy Work here. We've made it to episode 4. Hooray! And let's get straight into it. First up we have Mike from 64 Blaster Smithing with his samurai themed long shot integration, which he calls the Nodachi. It features a full work aluminium kit and powered by an 18 kilogram spring on the inside, and has a deploy stock integrated in the rear and some friction fit PVC at the front to give it that nice long M48 looking like barrel. The most amazing thing about this is this Damascus pattern he's done with the Dremel. Using a burr, he's just gouged this pattern in. It looks very much like what do they call elevation references on a map, but it's his version of Damascus, and it looks pretty cool. It's certainly a different look. Looks very nice. He said he was inspired by Make a Toast Raptor Strike, and I've managed to hunt down a photograph of that. It's just here. And it's painted with Krylon metallic rose gold on top of a duplicolor wheel coating and metallic red dye paint job. There's a lot more details about it, but you can catch up with him if you want to. He's got a Facebook page and a Etsy shop, and I'll put links below. But yeah, pretty amazing sort of stuff, and the effort you go into, you know. Impressive work, impressive. Next up we have the first 3D printed blaster I've featured. It's called the Manatee version 4, or maybe version 4, V4. It's printed in PETG, P-E-T-G, using purple glitter glow in the dark and sparkly glitter black. This is by Christopher. He has an Etsy site, which I'll put a link down below. He said he's built this to take daybreaks on Krakens and expects the setup to push 210 to 220 FPS, which is pretty good. In future, he hopes to be able to offer a select fire upgrade on future builds. So there we go. Somebody's actually doing something useful with a 3D printer. Impressive. I like this from the fact that it's just simply different from everything else. It looks reasonably compact and functional. And I believe I can see an aluminium bar going down the outside of it for strength. Pretty cool little sleek design. I could waffle on about it, but he sent me a little movie and we'll let it do the talking. Well done, Christopher. Moving on. Right guys, here we have an amazing one from Iron Gopher. It's called the CCPDP. It's a half-start Nerf style. The blaster is running Fang revamped motors on a FPS Horizon cage with worker smoothie wheels. There is a voltage meter in the jam door with a grip mounted on-off switch. A worker extended battery tray cover and out of darts grip heel, bow below, rev trigger and foam blast mag relief. The mag well has been narrowed and flared thanks to a Hawkeye 007 kit, and it averages 158 FPS with dart zone half waffles. Now that may be of interest to you guys, performance people, but me, I just love the look at this thing. It is, you know my work, this would appeal to me immensely. The blue and white just goes so well together. It looks like something that'd be issued by Capsule Corp, whoever they are, some just standard sidearm blaster for their people. And the most outstanding thing about this is the rust on it. He's gone as far as taking steel wool and finally shredding it into white vinegar and letting the acid dissolve and oxidize the metal. Once the vinegar has gassed off, you're left with a very uniform rust-coloured water analogue, complete with little chunks of grime. Just paint it on and smear it around, but then you have to seal it so it doesn't rub off. I mean, that's really, really clever. I might do that on a plasma rifle. And it looks just so good. I just love the look of the dirt and the muck on this and the wear and tear. There's apparently parts in this from Surge Fires, Vulcans, Fireflies, Cyclone Shops, additional, the extended battery door. So it looks like it's obviously based on a, what do you call it, the old Strife, and why not? It just looks so good. Really, really impressed with the level of detail he's gone into, even, skeletonizing the trigger and the extended rev and magazine release. Really, really well done. Love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, here's another one from one of my regular contributors, Jeremy Z. This is his Demolisher build. He's cut the rocket launcher off, added a top rail from an Exploders blaster that he also farmed for springs, and made a custom modular battery stock from a cross bolt and a Recon stock attachment. I mean, it really fits. It seamlessly integrates. You've got your instant detail right there on the piece, Looks like he's put a pistol grip handle underneath from, I can't actually identify it, but still makes it look good. And it has 39mm daybreak cage and flywheels with 2S MBT Neo Badger motors and hits an average of 150 FPS. Impressive stuff, Jeremy. Well done. You may be wondering what this first image is. I know I was. This is from my first German contributor, Markus K, and he says, the first image doesn't really go with the first sentence of this, what he's told me about the build. I got this blaster as a gift because the light no longer worked and the batteries leaked and destroyed the electronics. Strange sense of gift giving they've got over there. Anyway, he said he decided to rid all the wires with the LED switches, and as you can see from the photo, he's done a very nice, neat job. I mean, and that was simply just to get the light working. I mean, that's a dedicated Nerf modder. Then in terms of performance, he removed the air restrictor and then drilled out the inside of the barrel with an 8mm drill bit. Sealed all the connections with points with hot glue and grabbed some colours and hand painted the blasters. He has a Instagram account, which I'll put a link down below. And yeah, nice, neat, clean, and even these tiny little fire strikes, they can really come up well. And, sand off the Nerf logos and the fire strike and give it some realistic weathering. You can chuck it in your homemade science fiction movie, which I'm sure has happened dozens of times. Impressive, Marcus, very impressive. Well done, mate. And here we have one from, I'm going to try and pronounce this, Mizowski M. And he's done a very little clever thing. He's actually found a use for one of those appalling Nerf folding stocks. He's taped it to a tubular magazine and stuck it at the back of a Jupiter. So he's created basically a bullpup Jupiter. Well done. That is just genius. Absolute genius. I love that. And yes, it's jank as well. Well done, mate. Here we have a Demolisher done in a Warhammer theme by Nils A. Really, really nicely done. He's applied a skull casting to the battery lid. It looks very nice, pays a bit of homage to the Warhammer universe. A nice flat back foundation over which he's done, it looks like an olive green with lots of wear on it, lots of silver showing through, looks good. He's got the two 12-round magazines glued side to side at the bottom there, so it's a quick change. A Recon Mark II sight on top just to bulk out the body. It looks really good. It really suits the look, fits in. And there's a Recon Mark II muzzle stuck on the front that also fits in with it really, really well. And I particularly like the choice of buttstock. Suits the overall look altogether, and of course it's adjustable. And he's even left a couple of touches of orange around, just to be on the safe side in case he's out somewhere playing with it. And I particularly like he's painted the little foam bomb that comes with the Demolisher, and he's says he's weathered it. He says he's coated it first with white glue to seal the foam before you paint it, which is a really good idea. Cheap too. There's other stuff you can buy to seal foam, but very expensive. But yeah, that's a very clever idea. Well done, mate. It looks really, really good. Okay, next up is Todd R with his Ghetto Starfish. This is from his own little sort of Nerf blaster modding company, Niper Industries. First he started with what looks like a Strife again, and shaved off all the logos, cleaned that up, then fitted it with a Chris Vector lower body mag skirting and front end section kit. Worker banana 22 extended clip, worker 4-inch rifle barrel extensions, worker suppressor tip, Drax Nix flywheel cage and with howler wheels, Fang S2 revamps, a 2S LiPo battery, upgraded wire and the usual switches, a worker AR-15 stock, which I think looks really good, fits it well, and the foregrip. And all worker Picatinny rails as well. The custom paint and weathering was inspired by Adam Savage sniper build. Worth a look, that one. And a battery alarm from Out of Darts as well. He's got the optics on it. He's got a red dot sight and a laser flashlight combo, which he says is probably a bit too much to spend on a Nerf. It's probably cost twice as much as a Nerf gun itself, but hey, it looks pretty cool. And there's a few links which I'll add down below in the description. But unfortunately, I only have one image. But there it is. Looks pretty cool. Right, the last one here is from a young lady named Katrina K. It's a sledge fire that she painted up to use in a cosplay at the Southern Gothic Weird West LARP called Amnesty. She was going for a bit of a steampunk look, so hence the metallics, but she also wanted to do a wood grain, which I think she's pulled off very, very well, and she described how she did it. I painted a flat layer of acrylic, then used a chip brush to paint another layer of wood stain. After that I used some darker and lighter acrylics to add some variation to the wood grain. I added some metal filigree pieces to give it a somewhat steampunk look, and used dry brushing to weather the piece. Real leather was also added to the handle and the butt of the gun with stitching as an added detail. And she's done really, really well. It looks very, very nice. I've liked the sledge fire since I did one for the Pox Eclipse. It's a really cool looking gun. You can take the butt off and use it like a gigantic pistol with the butt, and cracking it open, breaking it open is a lot of fun with the shell ejector if you upgrade that spring. It looks really, really nice. And I like the fact that she hasn't actually been tempted, like I am often, to put a scope on the rail, because it is steampunk, it is sort of old-fashioned. They might not have a scope around those days. And I'd also like to compliment her on her photographs. Nice clear images on a background that actually complements the blaster without getting in the way and taking too much away from it. Well done. Well done. Really like it, Katrina. Love to see your other work. Right, I guess it's time for the slideshow. Still photographs from my own collection. I'm not getting enough submissions to have other people's slides up here. I'd love to. I mean, everybody who's watching this and everybody who's submitted, please spread the word. Okay, here we go.